Hey everyone, it's Video T here, and this is the movie Zombie Tidal Wave. Due to illegal experiments, a corporation turned people into zombies, kicking off the end of the world. The ocean floor is full of zombies, and blue cracks are appearing down there. Meanwhile, a pair of newlyweds is floating on the surface when suddenly the man is dragged underwater. A couple minutes later, the man resurfaces, but behind the girl a zombie appears and sends her to the afterlife. At the same time, Hunter, Ray, and Jada are fishing not far from shore. They see another boat launching fireworks. The sparks set the boat on fire, and Hunter rushes to help, putting out the flames. To make sure it doesn't happen again, Hunter takes the fireworks. From the island, some man is watching a blue glow. Ray catches something big. Turns out to be a dead person who'd been in the water for a long time. Jada drops a drone into the water, and with it they notice light coming from the bottom. They were so caught up discussing it that they didn't notice the man had come back to life and attacks Jada, biting her arm. Hunter grabs a weapon and attacks the monster, but his hits can't stop it. Only by working together do they throw it back into the water. Then Hunter calls his girlfriend Kenzie, asking her to help Jada since she's a doctor. Kenzie heads to the pier, leaving her daughter Sam at a party where she's into a guy named Duck. After treating the wound, paramedics take Jada, but Hunter can't forget about the man from the water. He meets with Sheriff O'Cone and they agree to check out the area. They sail toward the blue glow. Hunter drops the drone and quickly finds an old ship that the glow is coming from. The suspicious part, the ship isn't marked anywhere. This makes him think they were attacked by zombies. Obviously, Coney doesn't take this seriously. Just a couple minutes later, the boat is literally surrounded by a horde of zombies. The smile instantly drops from O'Cone's face. Hunter calls the hospital asking them to isolate Jada. An alarm goes off while the water starts receding. A huge tsunami packed with zombies is charging straight at the island. Hunter tries his hardest to sail away, but they still have to hide in a yacht. The giant wave covers the island, killing everyone it hits. When the pair returns to the island, it's already swarming with zombies. O'Cone wants to open fire, but Hunter asks him to wait. They might need the ammo later. At the hospital, Kenzie says almost all the staff fled, so no one will be treating Jada for now, and they end up in quarantine. Other residents are trying to help people after the tsunami hit. Hunter tries to explain that these aren't people anymore, but it was too late. The zombies attack the residents, increasing their numbers. The pair opens fire. Hunter uses a boat motor as a weapon, covering a group of survivors. Jada comes to, but just a minute later she dies, turns into a zombie, and attacks Ray. The noise draws in a male nurse who becomes Jada's new target. Ray uses the moment to run from the room. All this time O'Cone was clearing the beach, though the zombies didn't seem to decrease. They run to the parking lot and grab a car. Luckily Blade and a girl were sitting in the back. At the same time, the man who was watching the glow calmly walks onto shore and approaches the zombies. Kenzie realizes Jada has already killed all the remaining staff. Ray grabs Kenzie and locks her in a ward. All the workers turn into zombies and together they break the door down. Ray and Kenzie escape through another exit. O'Cone parks across from the police station. Zombies surround them. Blade is scared of dying, so he uses his friend as a human shield. Hunter obviously doesn't like that. Then Blade takes a gun, orders him to give up weapons from the armory, and after being refused, opens fire, wounding a person. Blade rushes to the armory, but Hunter knocks him out. Meanwhile, the party crew heads outside. There were too many zombies. Some people become snacks. They hide in a market, but there were zombies there too. They have to split up. O'Cone calls for backup, but there's silence on the other end. After that he pulls out an envelope tied to a pharmaceutical company and destroys it. Hunter finds the underwater ship in the database. It's listed as found and raised, which is obviously a lie. Hunter and Blade arm themselves and start breaking through zombies. They even use a rocket launcher, but in the distance a new zombie tsunami is visible. Sam and Duck run to the parking lot where a guy was chilling. He gets out of the car and heroically attacks the zombies, which was a big mistake. And the car won't start. Another survivor, Tony, runs to a house in the woods. Marty sees her on cameras. "This is private property. I'm not opening the gate for you. I suggest you leave quickly." He already caught one zombie to run some experiments. He asks the girl to show her back to check for bites, then lets her in. She turns out to be O'Cone's daughter. She radios in that she'll stay in the house and asks them to find Sam. As for Blade, He was left at the station. He reaches the keys, freeing himself, but the exit is blocked by his turned friend. At this time, Okone drives up to Sam and Duck, covering the girl with precise shots. "You have to help him, please." But Duck wasn't so lucky. After that they arrive at the hospital, closing the door behind them. Sam knows you can use a phone to talk through a megaphone. She tells her mom where they are, but the noise attracts all the zombies. A fight breaks out, using everything at hand. Miraculously, all the zombies line up, and Hunter rips out a couple of wires, sending electricity through the zombies. When everyone reunites, Kenzie lays out a theory. Since the zombies that came from the water look completely different, they were experimented on. Outside, Hunter takes out a couple zombies and everyone drives to Marty's house. Okone had a wound. No one knows if he's infected. Okone convinces them he just scratched himself. Then he calls for backup again. Marty explains the comms don't work. Moreover, there were 2 tsunamis. The authorities definitely should have sailed over to check on them, but that didn't happen. A zombie escapes the lab and attacks Okone, biting him. The noise drew other people, and together they deal with the zombie. Electricity turned out to be very effective. Because of this, Hunter makes his weapon electric. Marty explains he kept a zombie to learn their weaknesses. Inside them is liquid with phosphorus. That's why they glow, and electricity is the most effective way to eliminate them. Hunter suggests luring the zombies into the water and taking them out all at once, and destroying the ship. Luckily, Marty has a whole stash of explosives. Suddenly, the gates don't hold and zombies get onto the property, but this time they fight them off easily. Just in case, Kenzie asks Hunter to take care of Sam if she dies. Okone gets worse. Marty says that since he was bitten on the arm, not the head, the infection spreads slowly, but the ending will be the same. This forces Okone to confess. Several dozen years ago, a company came to them to test an anti-aging drug. All the local authorities took bribes, including Okone. He wanted to save his wife, but she died. No one knew back then that the drug would be very dangerous, causing severe side effects. The company had to sink the ship. Kenzie suggests the company didn't want to make medicine, they wanted a weapon. New zombies show up, letting them test the electric knife. Before leaving, Okone hands over a grenade. When he turned into a zombie, he could still think a little and pulls the pin, collapsing the cave with rocks, blocking the zombies. The squad makes it to the shore. Here they split into 2 groups. One to destroy the ship, the other to electrify the water. Hunter turns on music, drawing all the zombies from the island, and Marty jumps into the water. Ray was supposed to cover Marty, but a zombie climbed onto the boat, distracting Ray, so Marty became lunch. Hunter's car got stuck in the sand. On top of that, a huge zombie attacks him and the electric dagger stops working. Kenzie notices their fight. She turns on music and gets the car out, allowing the zombies to enter the water. The electric knife starts working again and Hunter quickly wins. Meanwhile, Sam turns on the power, electrifying the water. Ray asks Okone to sail away. He sacrifices himself by activating the bomb. This causes a new tsunami. Hunter books it, but a turned blade blocks his path. Hunter quickly eliminates him and the wave covers the island. The film ends with a scene of the survivors standing on the pier, seeing a ship approaching in the distance. Well, would appreciate your like and comment. We'll be back real soon. CYA.